This is KGW News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Tim Gordon, and we start tonight with our very wet weather. So let's get right to meteorologist Joe Ranieri. Joe, we're used to rain, but this is a lot.
This is plenty. For the first 2 days of December, we're looking at almost 2 inches of rain, and there could be another 1 to 2 inches that fall here over the next 48 hours. We are looking at some dry weather right now. A live look over in downtown Portland, where we're looking at a temperature of 47 degrees. We did see some of those showers increase just a couple of hours ago. We've seen about 1/10 of an inch of rain here in just the basically since sunset or so. Right now, we are starting to see those showers kind of let up a little bit. Up in the Cascades, the snow showers have been nonstop, and you're going to continue to see some snow showers overnight, but all that heavy snow that we've seen throughout Mount Bachelor, you've seen about 10 inches of snow outside Timberlake Lodge, more than a foot of snow. Well, we're going to transition into heavy downpours late tonight and into tomorrow, more specifically heading into tomorrow. But we're looking at close to an inch of rain here in the last 24 hours at PDX. Vancouver not far behind, about 7/10 of an inch over in Scappoose. You can see Hillsborough starting to see some heavy rain move in, coming close to about 3/4 of an inch of rain here. And as we look at the Oregon coast, Brookings, you've seen well over an inch of rain, and that's going to continue to be pretty wet overnight and into tomorrow. Daytime highs topped out in the low 50s. It's going to be relatively mild heading into tomorrow. And as we look at the temperatures right now, it's the mid to the upper 40s. But rainfall amounts, Tim, are going to be very impressive over the next couple of days. As we put this into motion, we could be seeing a rainfall amount exceeding over 1.5 inches heading into late Monday and into Tuesday. A couple of atmospheric rivers are in the forecast. One tomorrow, another late Monday night into Tuesday. I'll break that down coming up in just a few minutes.
Wow, a lot of rain. Okay, Joe, thanks a lot. And now to the latest on the heavy rain and preparations for possible flooding overnight. Ashley Grams joins us live in downtown Portland. Ashley, give us the latest.
Tim, we are seeing some light showers right now in the metro area, although it's been a pretty dry day in comparison to the last few. As Joe said, going to expect this to pick up here in the next few hours. Clackamas County and Portland have both opened sandbag locations in preparation for this localized flooding. Now, the National Weather Service is expecting low-lying areas to start flooding here in the next few days. That could definitely impact roadways. PBOT says an additional 30 employees are working this weekend. They'll be clearing storm drains, and they're ready to respond to any high water. But the Bureau of Transportation also has their eye on the Cascades, which are seeing some really heavy snow.
So what we're concerned about is if we get snow in the Cascades and then followed by warming on Sunday, what does that mean in terms of a snow melt in the Monday, Tuesday time frame? So does the snow melt add to the rain in the Portland area to start to cause some additional concern?
The National Weather Service has issued an avalanche warning for Mount Hood because they expect temperatures to warm up so fast, and that's going to last through tomorrow night. So if you are crossing the pass, if you're spending any time on the mountain at all, be aware, be cautious, because conditions can change so quickly. Tim?
Good advice. Thanks, Ashley. And we're also following power outages in the area. Here's a look at the PGE website right now. Earlier this morning, thousands of people were without power overnight. But as you can see, only a few dozen remain without electricity right now in the Portland metro area. And of course, stick with KGW News and KGW.com throughout the weekend. We're going to have the latest on your forecasts, and our crews will be out and keeping an eye on all kinds of things to let you know if there's any more danger or damage near you. Now to a really sad story. A memorial service was held today to honor a Gresham firefighter who died after a long battle with leukemia. The cancer was brought on by toxins after years of fighting fires. Thomas Schultz was at that service today.
Brian Flowers' wife and children say he was a loving father, always ready with a joke or a prank. And he knew how important family was, taking every chance he could to spend time with his.
You are a fighter with a tender, kind heart of gold.
For the past 30 years, Elsie Flowers has built a life with her husband, Brian.
Everything you've ever built, you built with care and detail.
Including his family.
I always wanted to be just like you. Dad, you are the one person I know I can count on for absolutely anything.
Hours spent helping with homework, traveling to basketball games, and watching early morning cartoons with his kids, while simultaneously spending 15 years fighting fires.
It breaks my heart to know that you can't physically be here for big milestones in my life.
A couple weeks ago, 48-year-old Brian Flowers died after a long battle with leukemia, a disease brought on by years of firefighting.
Being a Gresham firefighter meant the world to Brian.
We love you!
And with Gresham Fire, he added friends and co-workers to his circle.
As I read this out loud to all of our family and friends, I see how you have overbuilt our village.
Overbuilt a village. Hundreds of whom commemorated Flowers Saturday, held a procession in his honor, and offered support to his family.
Our world has just been shaken like an earthquake. But our foundation is strong.
A foundation full of joy Flowers spent a lifetime building. And Flowers' legacy lives on within Gresham Fire. His son Darian joined the department in September. His first call after getting the job was to his dad, Brian. Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
And now to an update on a story that we're following. A judge has denied motions that would have dismissed a federal civil rights lawsuit brought by black descendants of Portland's Albina District. The lawsuit, first reported on by the Oregonian, alleges that the city of Portland, the former Portland Development Commission, and Emmanuel Hospital conspired to destroy the mostly black community more than 50 years ago. During the 1960s and 70s, more than 150 families were forced from their homes for a hospital expansion project that never actually happened. The defendants argued that those suing did not suffer direct harm and that the statute of limitations had run out. But this week, U.S. District Judge Michael Simon disagreed with those arguments, allowing the lawsuit to go forward. The judge saying the loss of community is direct damage the plaintiffs have suffered. Well, the show must go on. That's what a North Portland theater is saying, even after a car crashed into their building and started a fire. Ashley Grahams has the details about a Christmas production determined to share some holiday cheer.
Volunteers at the Twilight Theater in North Portland are getting ready for opening weekend of Christmas in Christmasville.
And it is a spoof on holiday movies, specifically Hallmark Christmas holiday movies and all of the fates and foibles and falling in love that happens in those holiday movies. And it's a barrel of laughs.
But this year, the show is opening 1 week late after an accident that closed the building. Here's a look at the damage.
Day before Thanksgiving, a car crashed into our building and caught on fire, and then unfortunately caught the building on fire.
Artistic director Dorinda Toner says fortunately no one was in the theater during the crash.
I've been told that all the occupants of the car, although they were injured, are all going to survive their injuries, which is amazing.
But the cast and crew of Christmas in Christmasville lost a week of rehearsal. Despite the setback and cleanup, Toner says she's grateful for community support.
People have donated online. People have bought tickets for our shows. It's been a really good reminder that people care about the arts and that what we're doing is really important.